All right. It's the 3rd of July. It's a Thursday. It's a Thursday. And we have NFP today. We got about 16, 17 minutes to the NY Open. And then we got 30 minutes after that for NFP. Okay. Just a second. All right. Let's take a quick look at the calendar. So NFP today, and then 10 a.m. EST, there is some other news, not that important, but NFP today is the big day, right? So expecting there to be quite a bit of volume today. There was a lot of volume yesterday. We will talk about that in a second. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. It's a bank holiday. On IC markets, the brokers, the instrument is closed. Gold is not trading on IC markets tomorrow. Let me just open it up here. Yeah. What happened? Yeah, this one right here. So gold, 3rd of July is normal trading hours, and then 4th of July there is an early close. 1959, I think this is, yeah, this is probably server time. This is possibly server time. Yeah, because the Asian and London sessions will be open, but the US hours are closed, so this is IC market server time. Yeah, so tomorrow, there are no streams tomorrow. Okay, let's take a look at the market. What's happening on the daily? We are pushing down. We've kind of reached this area. You can say that we've reached this area. Almost got to 3367. We got to 3365, 3366 almost. So 3367, we can say that we've got there. Price, I was anticipating price to come into this, but it didn't. I did take a trade yesterday. I held it and it pushed up. Second half of NY session, there was a lot of volume, right? So the idea was after price reacted here, we were anticipating price to push up, push through this level, and that's exactly what it's done. It's gone all the way up. It's come here, right? We've had these levels marked since last week. Let's take a look at the trading. Let's go to our trading chart. Yeah. Just a second. Yeah, we're pushing down at the moment. Okay. So before we draw our zones, yeah, I'm anticipating a push up though. I'm anticipating a liquidity grab and a push up. Yeah, before we draw our zones, let's take a look at what happened yesterday. The trades I had placed before the stream ended. If you watch the last 10 minutes or even the last 5 minutes of the stream, you'll see the orders that were placed. There were orders here, 3334.79, and what was this? 3336.77, and both those orders were triggered. There was one order placed, I think, here as well. I think somewhere based off here. Yeah, this was not where it was drawn. It was here. This is how, if I remember correct. Yeah, this is how it was drawn. Yeah. So there was an order here at the sniper entry. There was an order further down here at this level, green level here, and there was one here, and all three got triggered. I said the safer stop loss is going to be here, and price pushed up, right? And I did get out around 3363 or 3362, somewhere here. 3363, I think. I got out around 3363. That's where I got out, right? So that was about 280 pips on that trade, on this 260, and on this one here about 220, right? I got out on those trades. Okay. So those are the buys, and there was no sell ideas. It was just a buy idea. I'd placed the pending order. I'd said where to place the stop loss to place it under here. I said I'd given these red lines. If you want to manage risk, you could, I said. But I said the stop loss, I said the last area to manage risk was 3333, and then the stop loss is just under that, just there, under the liquidity candle always, right? And price did push up. Okay, let's just get rid of these. Yeah, I was anticipating price to come to 3367 and then 3378. It didn't. It could do that today. Let's see. We're getting a reaction right now. We could be pushing back down to this area and then maybe push up, or we could come even further down and then push up. Let's see. Let's see what happens. It's hard to say. All we can do is on days like on days of for CPI, for NFP, CPI, and interest rates, right? On these 3 days, the only thing you can do is you can draw your liquidity levels and then just see how price reacts at those liquidity levels. If you get a 15-minute support form at a liquidity level below, or 15-minute resistance form at a liquid level above, then you can look to take the sells down, right? That's basically it. I used to trade the 5-minute for CPI and NFP, but because we've not had a lot of volume over the last 1.5 months in the first 2 hours of the NY Open, I don't do that anymore. Okay, that's clean enough. We've broken through this. Let's just keep that anyway. Okay, let's start. Got plenty of time for analysis. Yeah, we've got plenty of time. About 40 minutes to news. Okay, so now we have a larger zone here. We have a drop. All of these are base-in candles. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this one here. Let's get rid of this one here, right? So now we have a larger zone, a drop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base-in candles and a rally, a drop, base, rally, right? Let's start with that. That's where price is coming to right now. So this low is 762.165. Okay. And that is a reaction to this. There was demand here. That's where you see this. We had marked this a couple of days ago. You can take a quick look at it again. This rally, base, rally, rally, base, rally. That's the source. This is a reaction to it, right? It touched it first, went up, came a second time, and pushed up. You could be coming there for a third time now. So look at the 30-minute on that. Yeah, that's the zone. This one right here. Just extending these older zones to the right. That's all I'm doing. Just to cover enough area in case you drop 300 pips. I think maybe extend this as well. But we're pushing down already. I think we could, this is possibly to grab liquidity and continue higher. Now, the reason for one of the reasons, I mean, there can be many reasons for it, right? But one of the reasons for this move up, this was where the previous week ended. This is where the market opened this week, tapped 3,250 and pushed all the way up here. It's a 1,150 pip move up. This is mainly because of the big beautiful bill, right? That Trump calls the big beautiful bill. There's a lot of uncertainty with that bill. So whenever there's uncertainty in the market, investments move to gold, right? Move away from the dollar to gold. That's how it works. And this was in anticipation because they were trying to get the bill passed. I think it did pass yesterday or the day before, I think. So this was uh, whichever way, even if it did pass or not, still there was a lot of uncertainty with this new bill. And that's the reason why on Monday price started to push up. That could be one of the reasons, right? Could be one of many reasons, but that's could be one fundamental reason for why that happened. And we're still, I think the bill needs to go back to the House again. It's passed in the Senate, but they made some amendments to it, so it needs to go back to the House. So I think there's still a lot of uncertainty with the bill, so we could see gold prices continue to push up. This could be a pullback liquidity grab to continue higher, maybe. Let's see. All we can do, as I said, is draw our liquidity levels, our liquidity zones, and wait at our levels and see if there's some sort of candle structure that forms at these liquidity levels for price to continue in that direction, right? Um, okay, so that's our 4-hour demand. Let's put this here. Okay, let's look at supply. We also have support form here. We have a drop and a rally here. So we're going to take a look at that area as well. Price has been just ranging the last maybe 16 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 16 hours. We've been just moving sideways. Um, yeah, let's take a look at this area. On the 1 hour. Yeah, this is a rally-based rally. There's a 1 hour zone here, and that's a reaction to that zone, right? I'm going to mark that out as well. And we formed new demand here and pushed up. Okay. This low is 877, close 601. Okay, that's better. Drop, base, rally at the BRN or psychological round number. That is a reaction to this source, rally, base, rally, and we made a new high here. Price came down, tapped this area, pushed up. We haven't broken this high yet. Okay, now let's look at supply. We have a rally and a drop here. Let's start with that. Okay, this is new supply form. There was supply here. We had marked this on the 30 minutes, I think last week. Yeah, there's a 1 hour, there's a 30-minute supply here, a rally, a drop, a base, and a drop. And price has gone above it, but created new supply and pushed down from the liquidity candle. So we can get rid of this now. Yeah, yeah, let's do it like that. So this high is 574,693. 574. It's 4 hour supply. 1 hour supply, sorry. This is 1 hour demand. Just give me a second. I'll be back in a second. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so 1 hour supply here, 1 hour demand here. We're in this range. That's about 100 pip range. Price is bouncing off at the top and the bottom. Okay. Let's extend this also to the right. Let's get rid of this for now. We could push down as well today. We'll come almost to 3367. Getting a reaction. Let's see how price reacts. It could push down. Could get a liquidity grab and then push down. Yeah. Covered about 500 pips, 550 pips to the upside, about 450 pips to the downside. That's good enough. Just extend this as well. Okay, done. Now, this is big candle here. Got to pay attention to that candle. So liquidity candle here to the left. Right. Now, let's take a look at, we have a new 4-hour demand, we have a new 1-hour demand, and we have a new 1-hour supply, right? Let's take a look at these areas and see if they are high liquidity zones or not. Okay. Let's start with the 1-hour. Let's start with demand. That's where price is currently at. Has this demand taken out anything to the left? Yes, it has. It's taken out this supply, this rally, base, and drop. This move up has taken out that high, plus it's taken out this rally base drop as well, right? So that is a high liquidity zone. This demand, has this taken out anything to the left? Yes, there is a drop, base in candles and a drop here, and this push up has taken out that high right there. So this is a high liquidity zone as well. But this one isn't. Price has crossed the 50% mark of this candle. That's just about 64 pips the zone. We've come about 40 pips into it, so that's no longer a high liquidity zone. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. Has this taken out opposing demand? The supply here, yes, there's a rally, base rally here, price is pushed down, taken out that, so that is a high liquidity zone. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, let's see if we have liquidity candles in here, right? In the demand first, and then after that in the supply. Let's go to the start with the 1-hour time frame. It's pretty ugly. Its price has been ranging here for a while for the last 16 hours. The largest candle would be this on the 1-hour time frame. That's 134 pip candle. Let's start with that. Let's take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, that's still the candle. Let's take a look at it on the 15. Yeah, that's still the candle. Let's take a look at it on the 5. Yeah, can narrow it down even further. Let's take a look at it on the 1 minute as well. Yeah, and we have a 1 minute candle. Right, that's the candle right here. 530785. Yeah, we got about 22 minutes for news. So that's the liquidity candle right there, and that's where price came to. Asian session today, formed 30-minute support and reacted from that liquidity candle. Perfect, right? The liquidity candle was created yesterday on the 1 minute time frame. We just saw that, and price pushed up from there. 30-minute support formed, and we pushed up what? 200 pips. Nice. We've come there for the second time, pushed up. We've come the third time. We could be coming deeper now. This is the third visit to that liquidity candle. It could be coming deeper. Let's look at the next area. This one. Start with the 1 hour time frame. Left of that, maybe this candle 96. How much is this? 95, 92, 95. The 30-minute time frame. $80 pips, 80 pips, 89. Right there. Yeah, this one right there. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, it's the same candle. 69, 64. Yeah, this one right here. That's a candle. 686002. You can see price tapped here on the way up yesterday. That was created in the London session. We tapped it, pushed up 300 pips. We could be coming there again. We could come here. We could get a reaction off here, back up. Let's see. We've come, yeah, the candle is still, it's a 66 pip candle. We've come just about 26 pips into it, so we could get a reaction there. All right, let's continue. 1 second. Just clean this up a bit. All right, let's look at supply. On the 1 hour time frame, there is this candle right here, but instead of looking here, let's look left because we had marked this candle here, right there. That's the candle. Let's look at it on the 30-minute time frame. The 15-minute. Maybe here. Keep it on the 30-minute. The reaction is on the 30. 195. It's 211. One oh eight 002. Yeah, you reacted to it twice. Asian session, this is the market open. We tap the liquidity candle, push down, and then in the London session form 30-minute resistance and push down. Yeah, that's a great trade to have taken in the London session. With the market open, no, there is no trade there because it's just tapped it and direct rejection. That's the market open. Can't trade the market open. But the Asian session trade was here, 30-minute support form, price pushed up, and the London session trade was sells. Asian session trade were buys, London session trade was sells to come down. It's beginning to make sense now. Okay, push this up. This is high, 8108. Yeah. Now, if price is to come up, got to keep in mind, this liquidity candle right here has been tapped, prices pushed through it, then come down, right? And these two liquidity candles are stacked one on top of the other. If we are bullish and there's a lot of bullish volume, we could go through both of these and we could be coming up here. Very possible. You can get a 400 pip move up, right? Keep that in mind. I just said it. These two liquidity candles are stacked one on top of the other. Just a second. They're stacked one on top of the other. This one especially, price has gone right through it, come back down, has gone deep into this. So there may not be liquidity left in both these liquidity candles. That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I mean to say. There might not be liquidity in both of these, which means price is very likely going to go through both of them, right? If price is bullish today, if it's meant to go up, then we could go through both of them. And if you take buys, then you could be looking for a TP around the end of this liquidity candle. So 30-minute resistance somewhere here, deep here. Yeah, around 33.89, around 33.89. Let's mark that level since we're here. Let's just mark it. 33.89. Okay, price could get up there. 33.89. Where are we currently? Yeah, it's about a 400 pip move up. Very possible if price is bullish today. If it is bullish, right? 33.89. Okay, we're pushing back up from here. We've got about 15 minutes for news, right? Okay, let's take a look at what price has done in the Asian and London sessions. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Just a second. Okay, where's the market open? The market opened right here, gapped up because we were heavily bullish. The market gapped up a bit, maybe about 12, 13 pips, not much. So we opened here, opened at 3358.5, right? That's the market open push, came down, start here. Yeah, okay. Pushing up before news. Interesting. Pushing up before news. Is this a liquidity grab to continue down, or are we going to continue up? Or have we grabbed liquidity and we're going to continue up? Interesting. We're pushing up already. We've got about 8 minutes to news. We've created 30 minutes support. We are creating 30 minutes support now. This resistance is formed. This is not important. Yeah, this is not important. Pre-NY. The London low. Yeah, this one. 390. Okay. All right. We've got about 7 minutes to news. Let's take a look at what's happened. Let's take a closer look at what has happened. Um, the market opened here, gapped up. We were very bullish starting towards the end of the first half of the NY session, starting from the end of the first half of the NY session, and all the way through the second half of the NY session, we just were very, very bullish, and we pushed up. And I showed, and I had taken I placed pending orders yesterday at the end of the stream. Those levels are marked. We did the recap right at the beginning of the stream here. So price is pushing up. We tapped the liquidity candle and then we pushed down and then the market opened and gapped up about 12 pips, went deeper into the liquidity candle and then came down all the way to 3,350. We closed below, continued down to the liquidity candle, formed we came to the EMAs, to the first, then to the second, and deeper into the liquidity candle, formed 30-minute support and the Asian low. That's 30-minute support right there, and the Asian low, and pushed back up to 3,350. Closed above, created the Asian high, pushed back below, closed below 3,350, came to the EMA, didn't need to come to the liquidity candle again, came to the EMA, grabbed liquidity, formed 30-minute support right here again, that one right there, 30-minute support, and closed above 3,350, tapped the Asian high, closed above the Asian high, retested the Asian high, and continued back to the liquidity candle. Clean move up. Created the London high, formed 30-minute resistance right there, pushed straight down, very close to the Asian high, pushed back up, came closed below the Asian high and the EMA, came straight down past 3,350 to the liquidity candle, formed the London low and 30-minute support, and pushed back up and closed above the Asian high. All right, we've formed 30-minute resistance now inside pre-NY hours. That's 1400 hours IC market server time. Close back, now we're ranging, close back below the Asian high and 3,350, came back to the liquidity candle, formed 30-minute, we've rejected the London low, formed 30-minute support, we are forming 30-minute support, about 3.5 minutes for the candle to close and 3.5 minutes for news. So if we close bullish, we could be continuing to back to the London high and then further up here, okay? Now, if you're taking buys from here, if there's going to be a pullback and you're taking buys, safer stop loss is going to be under this candle low here, the liquidity candle low, right? That is where the safer stop loss is going to be. But you'll have to wait for 30-minute support to form, to draw the fib, to wait for the pullback, to take the trade to go up. But because it's news, price can just come, break below this low, and then go up. That is why for news, I wait for the news candle, I wait for news to come out, right? I wait for news to come out. Let the news release come out. Let the data come out. Let price do whatever it needs to do. Get to a liquidity zone, either liquidity candle or one of these 5 liquidity levels, and then form either 5-minute support or resistance. That's what I used to do until a couple of months ago, when there was volume during the first 2 hours of the NY session. Now that there isn't much volume in the first 2 hours of the NY session, you should wait for 15-minute support or resistance to form, right? So wait for price to get to, so what I'm going to do is wait for price to get to one of these liquid levels, either this green or here or here or even down here or up here, and wait for 15-minute support or resistance to form. If it comes up here, wait for 15-minute resistance to form and a tradable 15-minute back candle to close to take the sells to come down. Price could react here, could drop just here. It's very possible. We are at 3,350. We could form 15-minute resistance here and then just drop. That is very, very possible, right? You got to be mindful of that because we are at 3,350 right now. If you break this low, high, low, lower high, lower low. We could break this low and come down. React to 3,350, push down. Very possible. This is very possible, right? 3,350. So that is why I just rather wait for the candle to close. News in, what numbers are they expecting? They're expecting bad numbers. 30 seconds more for news. Let's see what happens. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. I'm going to wait for 15 minutes support or resistance to form. Right, 30-minute support has formed here. 30-minute support is already formed, but we're at 3350. Let's see what news does. We're going to push down from 3350 and create a lower low. Yeah, that's what's happening. Pushing down, creating a lower low. Are we going to break this and then create some sort of support to continue higher? Yeah, coming down, coming down. I was kind of expecting that 3350. We're going to push back up now. So we've gone through this liquidity candle right here. We've gone through the other one as well. We can delete this one. Don't need to have this anymore. Don't need to have this zone anymore either. Trying to push back up. Now, there was a fib here that we had drawn yesterday. I think price is reacting to that same fib. 30-minute support was formed yesterday, London session. Price, see if you break this low, then we're coming all the way down here. If you break this low, 762. Yeah, that low is at 762. And this one right here, this low, 2508. Yeah, seems like we're coming down. Wait for the candle to close. Just waiting for the candle to close. I'm not going to do anything. Let's look at the numbers. Good numbers. Ah, good. Very good numbers. Very good numbers. We're expecting 111, 147. Very good numbers. We're coming further down. Good numbers. Let's see if you respect these lows. What is it? 2762. 508. Yeah, I was expecting that 3,350 drop because this high didn't break that. It created a higher high, higher low, lower high. Then I was expecting a break here from 3,350. We break this, and that's exactly what happened. Once we break this low here, 3327.62, we are coming all the way down. This candle, what time? 10:30. Closed at 11 a.m. IC market server time, 15-minute time frame. Let's go to the 15-minute. Yeah, it's got to stay above this. Otherwise, we're coming down, straight down. Yeah, we're coming down. We're coming down. We're breaking the low. Yeah, coming down. There we go. Broke the low. We're coming down now. See if we get a pullback. I'm doing nothing. I'm just waiting for, trying to trade this, trying to uh, guess if price is going to react to 3350. I mean, we can because it's a psychological round number here, but trying to take a trade here is gambling. That's not trading. That's just gambling. So that is why we've got to wait for price to get to a liquidity level and then form structure. Okay, we are going through that. Yeah, going through this, reacting to this, get rid of all of that. Coming deeper. Yeah, we're coming down now. Now we've changed structure now. Came very close to 3367. Now we've changed structure. High, lower low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, lower higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, now lower low. So now, yeah, we'll have to see. You can't take a trade now. You can't just chase price. Wait for a pullback. It's got to wait for a pullback. Broken below the daily candle low. Let's see what happens. Are we coming all the way down here? Another 240 pips possible. We've come to that supply. Drop base, 5 basin candles. You can say that we've come there because there are wicks there. So you can say price has already come there. If there were no wicks, then price would need to come further, but it has come there. Yeah, we're pushing. Wow, that's a huge, 275 going further down. Yeah, now we're coming down. Once we went past this, that's it. Coming down. Gone through this liquidity candle, gone through that, gone through, get rid of all of that, get rid of that. Wow. 305 pips. Single move. No possible pullback, still falling. $350 pips. 1530. Yeah, we're going to continuing down, continuing lower. Going to break the low and come down further. We're coming down here. Come deep into this. Coming down further. Yeah, it's unlikely we're going to get a trade today because this move is just too big. 352 single candle. 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes for the candle to close. It could be coming down here to 3,300 all the way down here. Get a 500 pip single candle, 30-minute candle. It's just corrected this move. Yeah. Do not try to take buys. Do not try to take buys. And you can't chase price sells. You have to wait for price to come up, create maybe 15-minute resistance. We're well away from the EMAs. So wait for price to push up, create 15-minute resistance, and then look to take the trade down. But don't try to sell here and don't try to take buys here. Yeah, we should be coming further down. Let's see where could we be coming to. Let's look left here. Yeah, 3,300. That's where we're heading to next. 3,300, 3,295. Yeah, but can't chase price. Once you break this low, we're coming down. 3,300, 3,295, 3,290, 3,293. Yeah, coming down. 3, 3,295, 3,295, 3,295, 3,293. Yeah, that's where we're coming to. This area right here. Let's take a look at that area on the 30-minute. Makes sense. Yeah, perfect. Support level, form resistance, gain resistance, closed here, decision level to push all the way up. That's where we're coming to. Right here, 3296, 329596, that area right there. Another 150 pip drop. Yeah, there is nothing to do in this trade. There is no way to take this trade. There's no way to take this trade. It's just the market open and just drop. The 30-minute candle is still going and still has 14 minutes more. It's a single 15-minute candle of 380 pips. We're coming further down, coming down here. 296. Yeah, that's where it's coming to. Maybe a pullback and then maybe a pullback. We'll have to wait for prices right now. 350 pips away from the EMA. So pullback, 15-minute resistance form, and then a tradable 15-minute back candle close to take the sells to come down all the way to 3,300 and 3,296. That's where price is coming to. So on the daily, see where 3,296 is. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. For the weekly candle to possibly flip bearish again, to continue down. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, 400 pips today, end of day, and tomorrow could continue. Yeah, the weekly candle could close bearish or a bullish doji with a rejection here to continue down. Yeah, this is just too far away from this area for me to look for trades. I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested. We've just moved. This is just a massive news move. 390 pip move, almost a 400 pip candle, 390 pip candle. Yeah, 390 pip candle, 389 pips candle, 390. Single 390 pip candle. Yeah. Price needs to come up to an area. Hmm. Yeah. So we reacted to this candle. To the liquidity candle yesterday. Came up to the liquidity candle, then just pushed up, came back up, created 30-minute resistance, straight down. London session trade. Hmm. Yeah. I don't anticipate price to come all the way up here. I'm not a breakout trader, so I'm not going to take a breakout here. Just I I want um, a lower risk, high reward move. So price needs to come to 3340 area, around there at least. I'm going to probably wait for the 4-hour candle to close, but I don't think we're going to get a trade today. And tomorrow is 4th of July. US session is closed today. So it's best to wait for next week. Next week is CPI, is it? No, next week is not CPI. Yeah, CPI. So next week there is no news. There is no news next week. So this is the current week. Then next week there is no news. That's this week, the week of the 6th. There is no news. And then the week after that, the week of the 13th, CPI, PPI retail sales. It's a heavy week. A lot of news. 3 big news events. And then after that, there is no news either. After that, yeah, there is nothing that week. That's the 4th week of the month. And this week we've got 5 weeks. 4th week, nothing, no news. And 5th week, again, we have NFP. It's getting into August, 1st of August. This is considered the, yeah, this will be considered the 4th week, and this will be considered the 5th week, because that's a full week with the last day NFP, the 1st of the month, 1st of August. So next week, there is nothing. Yeah, we could very possibly see price retrace maybe next week to a decent level and then look for sells. Because right now I'm not willing to take any sells unless price comes up here, all the way back here. Yeah. So here's where price is coming to 3,300, 3,296, 3,293.50, right, to that area. It should come there today. 250 pips. We should get there. Should get there. Should get there. Daily candle. How big is the daily candle? 530. Yeah, I should get there. 600, 700 pip candle. Easy. Easy. We should get there. But if you're taking sells, then wait for price to push up, create 15-minute resistance, a 15-minute tradable back candle close to take the sells to come down. That's what you should be doing. Hmm. Pushing up. 40 pips. Okay, so if you're taking sells, wait for 15-minute resistance to form, 50-minute tradable back candle to close, take the sells to come down here to 3,300 and 3,296. It's about a 250, 270 pip move. Stop loss will go above the 15-minute candle high, right? But you got to wait for 15-minute resistance to form and a 15-minute tradable back candle to close. Okay. Until then, don't do anything. Don't try to buy or sell. Wait for candle confirmation to look for the trade to come down, right? We're very bearish right now. Yeah, the 4 hours have flipped. An hour for the 4-hour candle. It's best to wait for the 4-hour candle to close. It's best to wait. If you are looking to take a trade, just wait for the 4-hour candle to close. Wait for the 4-hour candle to close and then look for the sell trade to come down, right? We are coming down today. Just wait for the 4-hour candle to close and then look for a trade to come down. Yeah, the daily is flipped bearish. Weekly is still bullish. Daily has flipped bearish. 4 hours flipped bearish. 1 hour is bearish. 30-minute is bearish. So we are bearish. Just wait for the 4-hour candle to close. 50-minute resistance to form. 4-hour candle. 57 minutes for the candle to close. Just wait for the candle to close. Don't try to take any buy or sells until the candle closes. And then you'll get your trade to possibly come down, right? Just wait for the candle to close, all right? We're still trying to push up. Okay, that'll be the end of this the stream. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. No streams tomorrow. I'll be back Monday, 7:30 a.m. EST. There is no news next week, so you should have a regular trading week without much surprises. Let's see what's happening in terms of news. If there are any geopolitical events that can push the gold price up or down, but it should be okay. Let's see a news. Yeah, it was very good news for NFP. Very good news. Yeah, the unemployment rate has dropped. They were expecting to go higher. They were expecting it to go higher, but it dropped. So it's good for the US dollar, hence the price pushed down. Pushing all the way back now, 167 pips. Let's see. Let's see if price can get up here, closer towards the Asian low. Support there. Wow, nice push up. 5-minute support formed and nice push up. 140 pips. Just wait for the 4-hour candle to close. All right, see you guys on Monday, 7:30 a.m. EST. Take care. Have a great weekend.